guys, good morning. I'm sorry I am a few minutes late. I've just stabbed myself with a knife in the kitchen unloading the dishwasher. So I'm trying to patch myself up before we get started. It's going to be one of those days. Happy Tuesday. So I'm hoping I'm not going to get blood all over the bead mat, but we'll see. For those of you just joining, I've got loads of you from when I said it before. I was just unloading the dishwasher and I've just stabbed myself down the side of my nail with a knife. So yes, I'm sorry, I'm a few minutes late. If it carries on, I'll go get a plaster. We'll be okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Joe. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Lourdes. Hi, Paula. Lovely. Got so many of you. We are doing a seed bead and fire polish netting today. So we've got some beautiful sets and kits available. Simon's just texted me to let me know what is on the website. Oh, sorry, Kitty's just texted me. $4.99 for each of these bracelets today, which is amazing. Have a look at these. So this is what we're going to be doing, netting with fire polish and your size 11 seed beads. So I've got 4mm fire polish, size 11 seed beads, and then we've got two, I think these are 8mm pearls down at the bottom so that you can make your own clasp. Now there's lots of different colours. I have popped a link in the description of the video so that you can have a look. We've got a couple of different colours of green. I'll show you the when I pop you on the mat. There's gold, there's purple, there's a turquoise, so there's a much lighter blue. Oh look, it looks like I've chopped my finger off. Hold on. I haven't, I promise. It is there. I'm just trying to put pressure on it. A turquoise and a blue. There's also two different shades of green. There's a purple and a gold. So they are available for just $4.99 each. So $4.99 to make a bracelet. Now we have had hundreds of you join the Facebook page since we started doing these videos about 5 weeks ago. So we try to do something for everybody's budget and also skill level. So there's either nice patterns that you can do, like yesterday was turning loops. So that's a really good one if you are new to jewellery making to start getting into. And then as you progress, you might start doing some bead weaving. Anyone who joined me yesterday will know that I was saying that this kind of thing just scared the life out of me when I started making jewellery. I would look at it and think, oh my goodness, it must take hours and hours and hours, and you have to be really skilled in what you're doing and advanced in your knowledge, but you really don't. So I'm going to show you today. Hopefully yesterday we got rid of all those turning loop fears. Today we are going to tackle some weaving. Now, for those of you who are new and for those of you who join these videos every day, a lot of you have realised that people are commenting about USBs. Now this is something that Kitty launched back in November last year, I think it was. The first one came in November, second one came in December, and then we did one January, February time. So there is, and I'm going to use one today to show you your free PDF download. I'm just going to keep on checking my finger just to make sure that I'll be all right to keep on beading. Now, I thought I'd very quickly take you through the USB because I am going to use it today. USB 3 is where this project has come from. It is project number 7 for any of you who are looking. I'll come back to all your comments in a minute. Thank you so much. So when you get your USBs, I'm just going to take this one out. There are 3 of them, okay? And they are a quadruple port USB. Now, I hadn't planned to show you this today, but because I'm about to pop it in the iPad and use that to get my pattern, I thought I would just tell you. Now, this is the mastering USB. So number 1 is beginning your jewellery making. Number 2 is progressing your jewellery making. And number 3, we didn't want to call it advanced because we didn't want to put anyone off. So it is mastering. So mastering your flat stitches. And the netting is one of those, okay? So things like your flat spiral you've seen Kitty do. There is, gosh, what else is there on there? Some peyote, some herringbone. So really beautiful techniques. And with the USBs, they're quadruple port. So this will go into your iPhones, your Apple devices, your iPads. There is also on the other side your USB, so a smart TV, computer, old laptop, anything like that, you've got your USB. And then if you flick that open, I think it's like a spy gadget, so cool. In there is your micro USB. So that's for things like your Amazon Fire, Kindle, I think, things like that. There is also an extra dongle that will come with it, which is your fourth, which I think is your lightning stick, I believe. But we haven't found a USB, we haven't found a device yet that it doesn't work into. So all you need to do when you get your USB, let me try and hold this so you can see. When you get your USB, you just have to free download an app called Widisk, okay? This will come in your instructions. I'm just going to pop the USB in the bottom of my iPad. So that is where your charger would go. Pop that in, and because it's on a USB, you don't need any Wi-Fi either. So it's all contained on the stick itself. And then you can actually download from the PDF and you can print them off. So these are all the stitches that are covered. So you've got peyote rings, you've got some daisy chains, you've got double flat spirals, you've got herringbone, there's also the Hubble stitch in there, loads of really beautiful things, graduated peyote, there's the ginkgo earrings, lots of different ones. And then you have your netting, and that's the one that we're going to do today. Oh, the pendants that I'm going to do later in the week are on here as well. So this is the netting we're going to do today. Okay, so as you can see, there's lots of different things. And as I can see, I've got loads of you on here. We had over 130 people yesterday. So Kitty is actually on and she's going to be answering all of your questions. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'm going to be engrossed in my pattern in a minute, so I won't be able to answer, but Kitty is going to keep an eye on you all. Okay, so when you load up your USB, you just go to Documents, and these are all of your PDF patterns. So obviously we're giving you one a day free at the moment. Not all of them are from the USB. So if you did buy the USB, don't worry, we're not giving that away. So I'm just going to do this one from USB 3 today, just to give you a little taster of what it's like. So netted bracelets, where are we? So you can see how easy the PDFs are to follow, okay? Written instructions, lovely pictures as well. There are always diagrams so that you can follow them. Oh, wrong one, hang on. Netted bracelet. Always really clear instructions that you can follow along with, okay? So follow the link in the description to this video and you will get this pattern for free today. Now, there are also some other bundles available on the website. $4.99 if you want to make just one bracelet, but then you can get all 6 colours for $19.99, which is normally $29.94. So, bit of, hopefully, kits for everybody's budget, okay? Now, let's get beading. I'm going to pop you down onto the mat and then we're going to start on our bracelet. I'm just going to use this as my little bead counts. Now you can either use button clasps or you can use pearls today. So on this one, we've got a beautiful little pewter button. Lovely little owl. Isn't it cute? Or you can use your pearls, and I think it's the pearls that come in the kit. So you'll get 2 of these. But if you've got buttons, 4mm beads and your size 11 beads, you can be making these as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn you down. I think my finger has stopped bleeding. For anyone who's joined us, I stabbed myself down the cuticle of my finger this morning, getting a knife out of the dishwasher, but I think we're okay. So I am very sorry if the mat gets a bit messy. I'll get a plaster if we need to. Okay, I'm going to turn you down. Hopefully we have good lighting today. I have pulled out the extra lights because we are going to be using needle and thread, smaller beads. So I want to make sure that you can hopefully see. Liz is asking if there's video on the USB as well. Yes, there is. So on the beginners one, we didn't do too many videos. We just did kind of top tips and some of your basic how-tos, like how to open a jump ring and how to attach a clasp. As the USBs progress, obviously the techniques are getting a bit more intricate. So I think on the last one there is something like 9 hours of video. So there is plenty there to make sure you're on track with your make. So you will be making along with Kitty. Okay, so netted bracelet, right, okay. I'm just going to move my lighting in a little bit more. Hopefully that's going to stay where it is. So we've got our 4mm fire polish beads, size 11 Toho seed beads. I've got my spool of thread. I've taken out about 1 metre or so, generous arm span, and I've got my needle on here. And we're going to start with a fire polish, 2 of our seed beads, and you will see this is just a complete pattern repeat, okay? Once we've done this first row and I've attached on the next lot, Judith says, point now knives downwards in the dishwasher cutlery basket. It was actually on the top shelf and I reached in to get myself a mug. So they're not pointing upwards, they're on the top shelf, and I always put them in the little slots because I'm always really conscious I don't want to hurt myself. But because I was rushing and I just reached in to get a mug, it just caught me right on the corner. Naughty thing. So it's more of a slice than a stab. Happy Tuesday, eh? So we've got our fire polish, 2 seed beads, fire polish, 2 seed beads, fire polish, 2 seed beads. And I want 4 fire polish in all, so I'm going to add on 1 more. And then we're going to finish with 4 seed beads. 1, 2, I need to spill these out a bit. 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to move this down my arm span of thread. Now, with something like this, you can actually keep your spool, your thread on the spool, because you're going to use a lot of thread for these. So I could actually create with this metre of thread that I have on this side, and then I could unspool another metre, and then I could carry on working in this direction as well. So this would kind of effectively become the middle of your bracelet. And that way you're not going to have to add too many threads in as well, because that's always going to be the weakest part of your bracelet where you attach new threads. Okay, so down at the bottom here, I've got my 4 seed beads. I'm going to ignore this last seed bead, and I'm going to come back up through just 1 of my seed beads here. So that is my 3rd seed bead that we added on, okay? And then pull that nice and tightly. This seed bead here that we didn't go through, so our 4th bead, is going to act as a little stopper. And it's now going to just be the very tip of the edge of the bracelet, and I'm going to start working my way back up. So now what we're going to do is add on another row, and we're going to start to loop into some of the beads that we have along here, okay? So what I'm going to do is add on 2 seed beads and a fire polish, and then another 2 seed beads, and I'm going to come up through this fire polish, okay? And when I pull it tightly, can you see that they're going to sit nice and neatly together? I'm going to turn that around because that's the one I've just added. They're going to sit nice and neatly together, and already actually you should be able to see how we're going to start to get the netting. So I'm going to push these beads down so that I'm keeping this tension, and we're just going to repeat that again. 2 seed beads and a fire polish, 2 seed beads. So we're going to miss this fire polish because this is where this one's going to sit in next to, and we'll go up through the top. Like so. Okay, so this is the only technique that you actually need to know when it comes to making this bracelet. So it really isn't as difficult or as tricky as you might feel like it is. Okay, so it's really nice and simple. Now, what we do need to do is attach our little fringy bit up at the top. So we're going to repeat what we've done down here so that we also have a little fringing up at the top. So I've come out the top of my fire polish bead. I'm going to pick up 4 of my seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my seed beads, and I'm going to pull these down towards the fire polish, like so. And then I want to turn around basically. So I'm going to miss the last one, and I'm going to come back through number 3. So remember, it's just like we did at the beginning. I'm pulling that through. Julie says, I only bought the USBs on their own as couldn't afford to buy the bundles at the time. Do you have kits available? Yeah, so what we're doing is there's kits on the website so that you would be able to obviously make. So things like this, you can buy them individually. So it's $4.99 for one of the bracelets. So obviously you'll already have your education. And for this one, just $4.99, you can actually add those in. So yeah, we do also do the bundles so that you can get all of your materials, if you like, for all of your USB projects as well, but you can get them individually. There's not all of them available, but you will find that there are some on there as well. I think there's a USB category on the website, so you'll be able to have a look through that one. Okay, so I have missed that top one. I've come through my third bead, and that's made the nice little top that we had down at the bottom, so we're replicating that. And then we want to turn around and continue doing the next row. So I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads. And if you spill your seed beads out, you see how I had a big pile of them. If you spill them out a little bit more, it's easier to pick them up, okay? So, 2 of my seed beads, 1 of my 4mm fire polish, because we're basically replicating the next pattern. 2 seed beads. Oh, come on. They're being naughty today. Move them down, and then as you can see, this is going to give us our next little section, okay? So what we're going to do is come up through the fire polish, and then what that will do is start to create the lovely netting. So I've got the second row here now, which is actually our third, because we went all the way down and then all the way back up, and now we're going to continue going in the opposite direction. So each time it's just filling. Now, can you see I've got some visible thread? If I pull this, because it's coming through here, you want to make sure that you've got tight tension, and so you don't have any visible threads. So I'm just going to bring this around my finger. That's going to keep that nice and tight, and it means that I can pull this nice and tightly as well. Up through my fire polish, and that's going to add on the next little section. And then we'll continue going. Bring it over. Oh, sorry, hang on. I'm getting twisted around. Seed beads, fire polish, seed beads. Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry, fingers bad. Okay, so can you see how we're beginning to get the lovely netting? It's really, really simple to achieve, and this is all you need to know. So for something that's actually quite intricate, you can achieve the results so simply. And it's just a pattern repeat. Let's come back down. Have I got my 4? Yeah, 4, miss that, go through the third. Got that picot edging. So because it's acting like a stopper, I can actually pull it nice and tightly down. Di says these videos are so good. Oh, thanks, Di. We're so glad you're enjoying them. I can't believe how many people we have had new to us, which is just so fabulous. So if you do know anyone who is looking for a new little hobby, a little bit of a pastime, looking to get a bit creative, then do make sure you share the videos, because it's really nice that we're all keeping busy at the moment, and doing lots of extra crafting as well, which is really lovely. But by sharing the videos as well, you're just gonna encourage people to get creative, which I think is really important at the moment, and I'm so glad that you're enjoying them. Okay, so can you see how easy it is? It really doesn't have to be difficult and intricate. And it's something that I think puts a lot of people off until you actually see how it's done and just how easy it can really be. Now, we've got quite a few weaving projects coming up over the next week, so hopefully we're going to break down lots of these fears. But if there's other things that you would like to see, do let us know, because you can use as like your little personal shoppers, really. We can put together any of these videos that you like. Jax is saying, achoo, hay fever's still a problem. I haven't been too bad, she says, getting a bit croaky. I haven't been too bad, luckily, the last couple of days. It's not quite as sunny here. It's been quite windy as well. So I've been going on my dog walks. I have been putting on my jacket. It's quite cold. although the sun is still out, but I think that little breeze has really helped. It's obviously taking whatever is annoying me away. But I hope you feel better soon. Okay, I'm going to catch up with a few of the comments. Videos are so good. Thank you so much. Jack's just had an aha moment about spool being attached. Yeah, so it's really handy because it just means that you don't have to always attach on a new thread, which is really great. And it's just going to keep you working with a thread that you're comfortable with. So it doesn't have to be attaching new threads all the time. So I've got about a meter. So this is like a generous arm span to my right. And so down here, I will just, if I finish and I need to attach on a new thread and I haven't achieved the length that I need, I can then just take an extra arm span, an extra meter off of here, thread my needle on and basically continue my pattern going in the other direction, which means that you don't have to always attach new threads, which of course is really handy. Because attaching new threads, that's going to always be the weakest point. Although, to be honest, depending on how you attach them, sometimes I say it could be my strongest because it's where I'm reinforcing and weaving back down through. So it's going to have lots more reinforcement compared to the rest of my bracelet, but it can be tricky and it's annoying if you're in the swing of making your bracelet and you're going to have to attach something new on. It is annoying to have to stop and do that. So keeping it on the spool is going to make it nice and easy for you. Okay, so your tension really with this is just going to be key. Keeping it nice and tight so you don't have these visible threads, okay? That's going to keep you on track and nice and neat. But as you can see, that's pretty much all you need to know to make your bracelet. So hopefully you've seen just how simple it is, how easy it can be, but it's really intricate. So if any of you do things like sewing, then it's just using a needle and thread. Although obviously you're introducing the beads, it will be a method and a motion that you are used to and familiar with. So give it a try and see how you get on. So this can also be fantastic sort of detailing around some of your sewing projects. So just introducing a new medium. Camille says, now I get it too. Excellent. Hopefully that's what we're here for, just to give you these little light bulb moments so that you can see how it's all done. Let me pull that one tight. And look, there we go. It's really starting to come together. So like I said, we've got quite a few different sets. So you can see how mine at the moment is quite tight, but that's just because it's sat like this. It's got that beautiful stretch in it as well. So make sure when you're sizing them up, do it at its fullest, because obviously then it's going to have that little bit of movement as well. We have the beautiful navy. We've also got the turquoise. We also have the lovely purple, and there is a gold that I've been working on as well. I haven't finished that one. The really nice gold as well. And attaching on your clasp. So there's two different ways that you can do it. You're just going to repeat the pattern that I have been showing you. So hopefully now you've all got it. You're going to repeat the pattern over and over again until you achieve the length of bracelet that you require. With this one, we've got our beautiful pearls. All you're going to do on your last thread is come out of a seed bead, pick up, I think it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to pick up, you're going to create like this little V shape, but you can see we've got the stopper up here on the bead. So you're going to pick up 4 of your seed beads, go through the pearl, add a seed bead, miss that seed bead and come back down through the pearl, back through that seed bead on the other side and add your other 3. And then we're going through. So it's just like doing these top sections that we've been creating, where you add on your 4, you miss the 4th, you go back through the 3rd. It's exactly the same concept. So you're doing this line first, all the way up, back through, and then this one. Move up through your bracelet a little bit more and do the same thing. Adding on your beads, up through the top and back down through. And then attaching it onto your bracelet. So it's really simple. On the other side, we've got the loops. So if you are using a button, or you could use a couple of buttons. I'll show you the owl one in a moment. You just want to make sure that your loop is going to be the right size for whatever clasp you are deciding to attach. So, for example, Popping this one on here, that's going to act as our clasp. If you want to do it with a button, then just make sure that your loop is going to fit the button. So this bit will depend on the size of clasp that you're going to use. So exactly the same as down at the bottom of your clasp. To make the loop, we're going to do our 4 seed beads fire polish, and then we're going to add on as large a loop as you need to. Back down, and that's going to attach on through. So for the pearls, we use 2. For the owl clasp, there's only 1. So as you can see, this is not right on the top, but it actually comes out of the middle of your bracelet. So there's lots of adaptations that you can do. Hold on, let me tuck him in. And it shows you as well, it doesn't have to be round. You can use any size or shape of button that you want. If you've got really precious buttons or beads that you can use. Let's tuck his ears in. So by adding it further down your bracelet, you see how you get that sort of endless seam. So there's no seam where it's joining. So there's lots of different ways. If you have been beading, I've been talking a lot recently about people who have just joined us. But likewise, if you have been beading for a long time and you've got some of these skills already in your arsenal, then there's lots of different ways that you can adapt these patterns. Now remember, your free PDF download for today, sorry, you're going to see my lights there. Your free PDF download for today is in the link to the description, so that you can follow everything I've done this morning and create your own bracelet. We've got the bracelet kit starting at just $4.99. I think Kitty's answering some questions about attaching on your needles and your threads. That can be quite tricky sometimes. I hope you really enjoyed it. Now, it's a longer make of a bracelet, so I'm not going to sit here and make the whole thing for you, but hopefully what I have done is shown you, yes, and the seed beads are size 11 and the fire polish of 4mm. So hopefully I've shown you absolutely everything that you need to know to create these bracelets. It's super simple to do, and remember, you're going to get your instructions when you have it at home as well. So really nice, beautiful when worn, and they have that lovely fluidity. Now, a really good point with these is that if any of you have super sensitive skin, so you can't wear metal findings or even your clasps for your buttons, there are no metal components in these bracelets at all. So if you know somebody that can't wear costume jewellery or can't even wear high-end jewellery either, with this, because you only have your buttons, you have your seed beads, and you have your thread, there's no metal components whatsoever. So it would make a really beautiful gift for somebody who perhaps doesn't always get to enjoy jewellery like some of us do. So I hope you've really enjoyed it. Now, tomorrow is Wednesday. I am going to be on Create and Craft TV at 9 o'clock for Totally Beads. I am going to be, thank you, Camille, hope my poorly finger gets better soon. Me too, I'm on telly tomorrow. Might have a plaster on. What was I saying? Yes, telly, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, Create and Craft TV. And then, so that will be 9 until 9:45. Kitty is then going to be live here on the Totally Beads Facebook page at 10. Thumb healing and then you damage your fingers. I know, all the time. It's ridiculous. And every time something happens, I'm like, oh no, I've got to be on telly. It's like when I was gardening and I always get these awful blisters, and I really should take better care of my hands, shouldn't I? I think the moral of this story is that housework is dangerous. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm gonna keep my hands nice and precious for these videos. Okay, so 9 till 9:45 tomorrow on telly, and then Kitty will be here at 10. She's making a beautiful charm bracelets. Great idea for people who are allergic to metal. Yeah, exactly, it's perfect. So yes, then Thursday, I'm going to be here with the beaded bail. Remember, I gave you a little sneak peek of that. Creating your own bail clasps to attach on beads and pendants. And then Friday is Kitty. She's going to be using ginkgo beads, so beautiful shaped beads, like a ginkgo leaf. Which is why they are named ginkgos. So she's going to be showing you some beautiful patterns for those on Friday. Saturday, we have something really different. Do you fancy making little beaded dolls with actual like Fimo heads too. So Saturday, don't miss that. That is going to be so cool. Kitty and Christopher, her son, is going to be doing their beautiful Saturday parent-child videos so that you can get crafting with the little kids. And then on Sunday, I'm back for the pearl and crystal pendant. Sorry, I keep on reading my list that's just off screen. I am going to go and patch up my manky nails for telly tomorrow. I'm going to go and get a plaster from Paulie finger. What a day. I'm also going to go and finish making some samples for tomorrow's shows. Thank you so much for joining me again. Lots and lots of you. Please do share the video so that we can have more of these every day. And sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. Thank you so much for joining. It's growing every day, which is so lovely. I love interacting with you all, and I really hope we're helping. Don't forget to join the Totally Handmade Facebook page. So if you go onto Totally Beads in the groups, it's a Totally Beads group called Totally Handmade. Lots of pictures in there all the time of everyone making your bracelets. Thank you so much. I will see you on Thursday. Don't forget to join Kitty tomorrow morning at 10. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I think I'm going to go and bubble wrap myself so I don't injure myself anymore. I'll see you on Thursday.